So hi, this is the Ninebot G30 battery that was broken because of the BMS. You can see I disconnected everything, so not in a good focus, but I will soon take all the board out. And I've ordered a new board and I got it today, and I'm pretty curious to put this board, a new one, instead of the bad one, and to see that it is working. I am 99, let's say, percent that this will solve the problem, because everything is balanced and the cells are okay, and I see no other way. Just I see that the BMS is not working properly. I did spend about a few hours trying to find out what is wrong with the old BMS, but I have to admit, I think that it is due to some material of the protective material that was on the board, which I don't know what it is. Some of the protective material didn't get, let's say, to be fully dry, and it was wet, and I guess because of the wet part, some of the wet material entered into the PCB, and probably it caused disconnecting. It disconnected some of the traces between the layers of this PCB, and I suspect that this is the problem. But now it is not, it doesn't matter. I will remove the old board and I will put the new board instead. And I will show you a few things when I am now disconnecting the old board, to show you that there are a few differences between the boards. Of course, the main, the important things should be the same: the software, the connection, and the other thing, but some of the parts are not as the old board. And I don't like it, by the way, so probably I will let's say replace some of the parts in the new board from the old board, and I will show you what I mean. So first I will disconnect the board completely from here, and then we will see the differences. Okay, so let's look at the difference between both boards. Okay, so first, they look similar from the parts, and by the way, I got all these wires, so I will be able to connect, because if you will see closely, this wire here, for example, is solder, and while in the new board it is just connected like this. By the way, this is probably the communication outside from the battery. And then the other things, I will show you what I don't like. So the things that I don't like, of course, is first, it's not exactly the same chips. If you will see, probably they are the same, but the package is different, so I don't know if this is a copy or what. By the way, these MOSFET here and here, they look the same. The MOSFET here and here are not the same, it's different. Also, the MOSFET here and here are not the same, at least not the same package. So I suspect that they're probably the same current, but they're not fully the same. About the fuse, you have on the real board that was inside, let's say the original one, you have 3 fuses. Here they put just metal instead of fuse. So first, the metal can do the fusing, but I don't see how they really measured the exact current that will blow the fuse. So of course I prefer this way, that you have let's say some manufacturer with numbers behind this fuse. Also the fuse here is the same, it's just a piece of metal. Maybe the metal is, let's say, measure for the desired current, but I prefer this way. About the sensors, in the original board you have two temperature sensor, and one sensor is, I think that this is probably it is let's measure if it is normally open or normally closed, but this kind is like a fuse that when you get to desired temperature it is or disconnecting or connecting. It depends what type of fuse this is. On the new board you have just one temperature sensor, while on the old you have two. And why is that? Because they are sensing two parts of the battery, because the battery is pretty large. So of course the preferred way is to using two temperature sensor and not just one. And about the back, it look pretty the same, it's look the same chip, and all other parts look the same. So I suspect that that it will be okay, of course with the exception of the fuse, that I think this is a very important thing for lithium cells, so I will prefer to use this fuse instead of this. Now about the fuse, the white one, let's see how it works. So it looks like normally open, and when you reach desired temperature it is connecting. In order to prove that I'm not mistaken, I can use a hot air and heat it, and then when we get to the desired temperature, probably around 60 degrees, it will be connecting. So I'm using now the fluke, so the fluke should beep. You hear it? Okay, so it beep, and now when the battery is cold, so it will stop the beep. Okay, so this one is working. Okay, so this part is working. Let's see. You see it's still heat, and now when it is colder it is stopping. So this is as I expect. This is the fuse that senses the temperature and then activating the BMS. Of course it will stop the power out of the current through the BMS. So now when everything is known, I will connect this instead. I will replace all the wires, and then we'll connect it to the battery and see how it goes. Okay, so let's do the change. Okay, and this is how it looks after I replaced to the original fuse, and instead of using the wires that came with it, because of it that it is going through this epoxy, so I did connect it like this. That's all. Now we will try to assemble everything. So now everything is connected with the new board. Now is the real test. I will apply voltage. Aha! And you see it is blinking red, so it is charging okay. So the problem is solved exactly as I thought. So this is a good news. Now let's test. I'm charging at 1 amp. Just want to make sure that the current is going through the battery, and we have exactly 1 amp. Let's try to put it to the camera. We have exactly 1 amp, so everything is now working properly, and as I suspected, the BMS was broken. So this battery is working now, and that's all for now. Hope you enjoyed. This is the old broken board with the fuse out, and the new board is now installed and everything is good. Thank you and bye.